Hello again. Welcome back to the campfire. I am your host, Adrian. And who are you?
I'm Kaylin.
Joined with me, as always, is Kaylin.
Yeah, for you to try to make me believe
Make you believe in what?
that's supernatural.
What about it?
You think it's real and I don't.
Hmm. I don't like that. I don't like that you don't believe.
Suck it up, Cupcake.
Oh,
Suck it up, Cupcake.
I would, but then we wouldn't have a show.
We wouldn't, and then that would defeat the whole purpose of us having this equipment.
Exactly.
And apparently, the dog is excited about the word cupcake because she has decided to get up and come over here.
Okay. So we are here yet again. This is episode 9.
Episode 9.
Episode
Whoop, whoop.
9. It's very big. Very big. This is the last of the single digits.
I know, I'm so excited.
I'm super excited because marking the special of the double digits is going to be you.
A surprise!
A surprise.
It's me telling you the surprise.
Yes.
But not this time. You have to wait for episode 10.
Oh, phooey.
I know.
Yeah.
I keep taking it away from you. You keep trying, and
I
then
do.
I keep saying no.
I know. She won't let me. She won't let me in on the secret.
No. It's none of your beeswax.
I'm trying to ambush her on radio.
Yeah, it's not working.
Not working. All right. Well, that's me trying.
Yep.
Are you excited for today's spooks?
I am. You have told me nothing at all about them except for about 10 minutes ago when we dropped the boys off at church.
Mhm.
That one of the stories was going to scare the bejeebies out of me.
Yes.
That's all I know about them. So
Did I say one?
You just said we said one of them. You said the
One of
last
them.
one.
Oh.
You didn't tell me. I don't even know how many you have today.
I have 3. I have 3 stories.
3 stories? Do we have any longies?
We do actually. 2 of them are actually one short, one medium, one longy. So
Whoa.
I'm going for a whole Goldilocks kind of thing.
Do you know what that's looking like in my head?
What is that looking like in your head?
So, were you awake last night when I was watching the Great British Baking Show when it was, I think it was either Chocolate Week or Caramel Week, and Jurgen did that gradient cake where he did the cakes inside were a white chocolate, milk chocolate, and a dark chocolate.
I did not know. I was not awake for that.
So he did the cakes were those flavors, and then the frosting on the outside was the same way. So he had a layer of white chocolate frosting going around the top part of the cake, and then a milk chocolate going around the middle part of the cake, and then dark chocolate around the bottom of it, and like that's how his frosting was. And so when you said short, medium, and long, that's what popped into my head.
So I was thinking of Goldilocks, and you were thinking about a German fellow on a British baking show.
Yeah, with chocolate and caramel.
I love where your brain goes sometimes.
It's so fun to be me.
And yet you won't go into the supernatural.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna do my best to try to get you on this.
You know, for someone who's so logical, which is you,
Me?
in fact, yes, you're very logical.
How am I very logical?
Because you do everything very logically.
Hmm.
You build things logically, you look at things logically. You don't usually have emotion involved in it unless it's something that's closer to what you want. Is typically, we talked about this the other day. That truck.
We did. Yeah, the truck. Yeah. Whenever I tried to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to get a truck that hasn't been running in about 5 years. Try to get it going and ready for a cross-state trip.
I mean, cross a normal state, yeah, not Texas.
Yeah. So we tried to get my dad. He got a '93 F-150, and we tried to get it up here, and it was running all right, a little rough, and didn't really have the money for a tow. So, well, and it's too wide to fit on a U-Haul trailer.
Yeah, because we had that,
and it's too wide to fit on a U-Haul car dolly.
Yeah.
And so we tried different things, and it just wasn't working. I was like, you know what? We're gonna put some gas cleaner in it, and we're gonna run it, and we're gonna try to make this trip. Well, didn't exactly go as planned.
What they needed, because both him and his dad agreed with whatever contraption they needed when the U-Haul stuff didn't work. They said, okay, this is what we need. I cannot remember what it was. And then both of them got so ridiculous with themselves and just wouldn't listen anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But I, being me, Googled it and went to the Google, because the Google knows all. And I found a Tractor Supply store that had the piece that they needed in order to tow this truck up here. And I told his dad, and so his dad was like, oh, okay, let me go tell Adrian. So he goes out and he tells Adrian, and Adrian will not listen. So then both of them suddenly decide that what I have found that they have both admitted they need is no longer an option.
That's in the past, sweetie. That's we don't look that way.
Then they're trying to figure out some other harebrained idea to get this truck up there. And that's about the only time you're not logical. But for the most part, you're pretty logical.
I do what I can.
And so you have passed that on to your child. I didn't tell you this. Let me tell you what happened today.
Okay, I'm for it.
So I get an email this morning, or you get an email this morning. It's the email that we control for school.
Yeah.
And they have lowered Jonah's math grade.
Oh?
Yeah, pissed me off. So I called him. I said, what the hell?
Yeah.
But I said, why? Because he didn't show his work? What are you talking about? There's only one spot on here that says show your work.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, it just says that there's not enough math shown on his test.
Oh, bite me.
And so they lowered his grade 14 points.
Oh, wow. That's a big jump.
And so I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, but he's a very literal person. He is very analytical. And you only have on there for 3 problems to show your work.
Yeah.
So as I'm looking at it, I'm seeing where they probably wanted him to write and show the work, but they didn't say that. So if they don't say that, he uses his notebook, and that's where he does the math problems.
Exactly. Yeah, you have a spare piece of paper to write everything on, and then the test is supposed to be clean.
Yeah.
Except for the answer.
Apparently they wanted, it was 3 different sections. Apparently they wanted him to show all of the work in the other 2 sections, even though they didn't say that.
Okay. All right. So what I'm hearing is I'm going to start a riot, and we riot at dawn.
No. So they're actually going to have one of the math teachers call us to explain it. And I'm going to tell them, well, I think that that's unfair. And
she better call before dawn.
And that's not okay for them to get mad at him for not showing the work that they didn't tell him to show. Now, I understand that they're probably not going to change the grade. And I've already told Jonah this, that I don't really care what the school says the grade is. I know he's watched like a hawk when he takes tests. Like he's I don't leave the room. He doesn't leave the room. He's
very
not allowed.
Sterile environment.
Yeah, he's not allowed to have any technology. So I'm like, your grade is still this.
Yeah.
So but that's, you two are alike in that way, because he's it didn't say this, so he didn't do it.
Yeah. So I'm forming a posse, and we ride at dawn.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that. But that occurred to me today. I was like, wow, he definitely gets that from his dad. And then you believe in this mumbo jumbo.
Oh, I believe in a lot of things, sweetie.
Hooey balooey.
Hooey balooey. So
balooey.
You want a little teaser about what's going on?
No.
No
I do want to know if you're going to tell me if they are proper endings, whether they're good or bad.
Okay. No, not going to do that.
Jerk.
I will tell
Trees hate you.
I will tell you though. I have some true stories here. True events.
True events. Yes. Allegedly, because nobody believes in that.
I mean, I don't know what you mean by nobody.
I don't.
I know quite a few people that do.
Okay. So what is you're going to give me a teaser, or I don't get any teasers?
You said no. You said no to the teasers, so okay. No teasers.
That's kind of rude.
Yeah,
okay.
Yep. You did that to yourself, though.
Whatever. Okay. So are you telling me short, medium, long?
Yes, in that order.
Okay. There, story's done. Boom. You're welcome.
Boom. Over. All right. And do you believe?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna have to rewind time, and we're gonna tell these properly then.
Oh, okay.
All right. Here we go. Ready? So this one is a true event. I know you want to say allegedly. Go ahead, say it.
Allegedly.
Okay. There you go. This one comes from Reddit user Miss Mariah, hot grade 4442. Let's go.
All right, bring it on.
All right. She is labeled this nursing home entity. I've never shared this anywhere before until today. And I hate recounting the story because it genuinely fucked me up for a bit. I'm also fully expecting to be called a liar, and I don't know if I would even believe it if I wasn't there myself. And I probably would have thought I was insane if I was the only one who witnessed it. I was working at a nursing home as a CNA on night shift at the time. I had one other CNA as my partner and a nurse there that was the only other staff. We had just finished our rounds, and all the residents were asleep, or at least in bed. My coworkers and I decided to play cards for a bit until someone needed something, our next rounds. We set up in the dining room near the serving window, which had a heavy wooden door that latched shut. The lights in the kitchen were on, and the door was crooked in its hinge, so there was a gap at the bottom. I thought I saw a figure walk past and laughed, thinking it was a resident with the munchies looking for a midnight snack, which happens sometimes. I told my coworkers I was going to check it out. I went into the kitchen, and there wasn't anyone there. I felt a pit in my stomach, and I walked around the counter and looked in the pantry, but didn't see anyone. I shrugged it off, shut off the kitchen light, and as soon as the door swung shut behind me, we heard one huge, loud bang. Like a construction site or a huge clap of thunder, that loud. Against every instinct I had, and out of concern for my residents, I carefully opened the door and turned the lights on again. Every single door in that kitchen was open.
No.
Every cabinet,
Nope.
every drawer, the fridge, the ovens, the dishwasher, the fucking microwave.
Move.
Everything that could have possibly been open. We just looked at each other, silently shut all the doors back up, watched Cartoon Network on the couch in the TV room until our next rounds. We asked the residents in the morning if they heard anything, but not one person heard. It was loud enough that it rattled the doors. It would have been impossible for it to go unheard even if they were sleeping, which I know at least a few were awake. Nursing homes are obviously a hotbed for death, sorrow, and negativity. Especially the one I worked at. Awful, hazardous conditions. No support from admin, drunk and neglectful nurses, you name it. Myself and a few select coworkers seemed to be the only ones who cared. We bought them toiletries and treats with our own money. We made report after report, and no one seemed to care. We had many former drug users / alcoholics on hospice and elderly people whose families never visited them. I wouldn't be surprised if more than one poor soul was trapped and angry in that hellhole. I only stayed for my residents, and after this experience, I couldn't do it anymore. Sorry I went on a tangent there, but feel free to ask any questions. I'm an open book and interested to get some opinions or feedback about my experience. The end.
That's sad for the residents.
That is
That's not
that is
the
very
first time
sad.
I've heard that about a home like that.
Yeah, that's not the neglect and the sorry state of it. I've heard that countless times.
Yeah.
Coming off of that though, because I don't want to dwell too much in the negative.
Yeah.
Coming off of that, I have also heard nursing homes and places like that are a hotbed for paranormal activity.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. We're gonna fight.
Let's go. Come on, bring it on. Let's go.
I can't. You're in a snuggie right now.
I know, because it's so cold in here. Sadly, I would agree that you have very few people, I think, that really, truly care in homes like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually knew a CNA who was kind of crappy.
Yeah. I know,
and
and you come across them every now and then, but you do find CNAs that actually care, like this lady here,
Yeah.
Miss Mariah. She seems like a fantastic being,
yeah,
and she seems like she's genuinely there for her people.
yeah,
And I get it. Something paranormal and completely spooky happened, and you got a jet, because I have read probably dozens of retirement home
mm-hmm.
scary stories.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many how many I've read, and they all seem to happen with good CNAs. They're doing their job, they're doing their business, they're taking care of things, and then while other people are either slacking off, not saying that her people were, but as other people are slacking off or they're off doing something on the other side of the building, then something happens.
Yeah. I wonder how much time passed from her walking out of the kitchen to hearing the noise to going back in.
She said, and as soon as the door swung shut behind me, we heard one huge loud bang.
How long between the loud bang and them going back in? Does that say?
No, she just says, against every instinct I had and out of concern for my residents, I carefully opened the door and turned the lights on again.
Okay, it seems like it probably happened pretty quick.
Yeah,
That's
probably
interesting.
fairly quickly.
That's interesting. But that's the only thing that ever happened?
Well, I can definitely reach out to her this one and ask a couple of questions, which,
like, not trying to be a bitch, Miss Mariah, but I don't believe in that, so...
I mean, that is the whole premise of the show,
Yeah.
is that you don't believe and I do.
Yeah.
Now, me...
to find, and I want to find the logical explanation to it.
Yeah, and I'm telling you the logical explanation, ghost.
That's not logical.
It is 100%
it's
logical.
not logical.
It is 100% logical.
Yeah. Now, if she were like...
You got to look at it this way. All right, let's look at it this way.
No.
Science makes sense now, but you go 300 years ago, science would not make sense. That's witchcraft and voodoo, and we don't mess with that. So the more we're learning, the more things are possible, are plausible.
Not ghosts interfering in the world.
I'm just saying, what if we start learning that, hey, there's actually this plane of existence that's right there, and it's interacting with ours, and sometimes you get a little crossover.
No.
No, you see, there's that analytical thing that you were talking about.
No,
I'm thinking
because
about
it's
it. I'm trying to make it.
No.
I'm trying
Negative
to make
Ghost
it real.
Rider.
Yep, that's where I'm going.
Negative Ghost Rider. Also, I would like to point out, I was listening to one of our episodes the other day.
Mm-hmm.
The one where you're like, let's go back 100 generations. That's 80 years, right? No, that's not. That's nowhere near 80 years, dear.
Okay, how long is it?
If I'm not mistaken, it's 2,500 years.
100 generations?
Mm-hmm.
100 generations is 2,500 years?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh,
it's at least 2,000 years. I can't remember. I want to say it was 2,500, but it was at least 2,000.
No.
It does make sense because each generation is the lifespan of a person.
But I'm thinking more of, you don't just, it's not like a phoenix where the phoenix lives and then whenever it dies, it gets reborn from the ash and that's a second generation of phoenix. You get it? So like, people are having babies back then, and then those people like 20 years later have more babies, and then 20 years later have more babies. So that's where I'm thinking.
Okay, so I don't think you're thinking of it in the actual context of it.
I think I'm thinking of it in the actual context.
No, I don't think so.
I think I'm 100% correct on this. I am 100% correct. I'm going to go ahead and throw a poll in the next episode, or on this episode, and it's just going to say, is Adrian correct?
Okay, so a generation...
And if I get one,
listen,
I win.
Listen, no, because...
just one. That's all I need.
A generation typically refers to a specific time frame of around 20 to 30 years.
Okay, so that's what I was saying.
Okay, so...
So at the low end...
At the low end, you're looking at...
2,000.
100 generations.
20 years.
Is 2,000.
Okay, all right, you know what? My apology. Okay, so I wasn't mathing on that one correctly.
You aren't mathing. You're correct. You were not I don't even know. You must have been on something.
All right, like, the poll is being taken down. I've already taken down the poll.
Okay, see, he already lost. So I just wanted to share that with you.
I will admit my math was not mathing on that one.
Okay, so when I asked Google the other day, Google did it as 25 years. Because
25 years. Yeah. Okay, that's between 20 and 25, because I am a math person. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, I know.
And
I know. Shut up. So I'm trying to help Jonah with math earlier. We got to a math problem that I was like, I don't know. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at I have the answer key. I'm the mom. I have the answer key. I have 2 answer keys. I have the one that literally just gives me the pure straight answers, and then I have the one that looks just like his book, but it gives me the answers in blue. Okay, I have it all, and sometimes I'm like, what the hell? And I Google it. And when Google doesn't even make sense, I took a picture and I sent it to Adrian.
So today I had an eye doctor appointment, and she calls me. She goes, "Hey, I just sent you a picture. I need you to explain this to me." And it was a math problem.
Yeah.
And it was one equation being divided by a different equation.
Yeah, and the top one we could figure out. Like
she got the top one.
Yeah, we had no problem with the top one, but that bottom one was throwing us for a flipping loop.
So she's like, "How do you get that?" And I'm trying to explain it. And as I'm explaining it, how you do it, how you go step by step through this equation, she goes, "No, you don't do that. You do this."
Because that's not what the book said.
And I'm like, "But this is how you get that answer." Goes, well, no, she goes, "That's not how the book says." I was like, "Oh, are you getting the right answer when you go through the book?" She's like, "No." It's like, "Okay, cool. Well, I gotta go." And so
I'll call you back.
I hung up, and then she texted me back, "You were right." I was like, yeah. I know.
But it's not originally how the book said. Like, it had 2 different sections. And so now I understand any other way that you do that particular math, you wouldn't do it that way.
Yeah.
But because it was freaking division on top of division, you had
I explained that to Jonah yesterday.
Yeah, he don't remember. He doesn't even remember probably the story he read today.
Okay.
And so so he texts me and I'm like, "You're right." And he goes, "I know." Then he calls me, we chat for a second, and then he texts me and he goes, "What did we learn?" I hate math. That's what we learned. But you know what? He can't tell me when the Mint Act was enacted and who enacted it.
I have no idea what that even is.
Exactly. I do. And I know what it was, and I know who did it.
It's Hubba Bubble.
No.
That's who did it.
Mm-mm.
Trident.
Mm-mm.
Trident did it.
How about Alexander Hamilton in 1792?
I don't think Trident was invented then, so I'm going to go ahead and say no.
No, but I will give Jonas some props, though, because I was asking him questions and wouldn't let him look at his book, and he got most of the questions right. I was like, boom. Yeah. Amazing. Sorry, I just had to go on that a little bit there.
Go, Jonah.
So anyway, back to her. Sorry, Miss Mariah, we didn't mean to take away from your story.
Yeah, these tangents, they happen.
Especially because we haven't talked all day.
No, we haven't.
Sometimes this is our first conversation in several days with each other because we're
very busy people.
Yeah. Plus, most of the time when he comes home, especially for like every other Tuesday, we're still doing school. So
yeah, we're constantly busy.
So, but anyway, yeah, I can see why if something like that happened, where you think these scary things happen. Well, I guess things are scary. It doesn't just have to be supernatural for things to be scary, but
yeah,
that you wouldn't want to continue working there.
Yeah. That's. I mean, at no point in this do I falter at all.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah. I went because my best friend worked at a place like that, memory care, and there was this lady there. Her name was Honey.
Oh,
she was the sweetest lady. Apparently, she wasn't always very sweet because sometimes I guess she would, when she was she had dementia, and so when she would have one of those particular episodes, she would get pretty violent and bite and scratch people.
Oh, boy,
but
funny.
when you went up to her, she introduced herself always. And she would tell you that she used to be on her high school girls basketball team. She used to be on the high school girls basketball team. She was one of the first. I guess her school was one of the first that had a high school girls basketball team. So she was really proud of that. She would tell you about her early life. Super sweet. And then she'd look away from you for about a minute. She'd turn back and she'd introduce herself and she would do it all over again.
Oh.
And so it made me so sad, but also really cool to watch her face when she would tell you those things and you would react appropriately. She just had the biggest smile on her face, and people they kept pretending like this was the first time they'd ever heard it. And she just always had this big smile on her face because she was so happy that she was able to share parts of her life and people were listening. And then she'd ask you questions about yourself, and so you got to share it. And so it was also kind of cool because you could have people, they would share different parts of their life with her at different times. And she just thought that was fantastic. And granted, she was going to forget shortly, but she still was she was so sweet.
That's nice.
And she was one of the ones that had family that would come and visit her. But there were some that they would try to sneak out because they wanted to go see their family,
Yeah.
not remembering either their family, they didn't have any left, or that their family was just scumbags and never came to visit. And so
that's so sad. I had volunteered a few times at nursing homes, and I would go and play checkers a lot. Yeah, and I would sit down with veterans a lot, and they would tell me some crazy stuff. And I do miss that. And there was definitely times where that stuff got really intense. They're going to visit, just walking in and seeing somebody have an episode.
Yeah,
it's definitely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Getting back on topic before this episode becomes too much of a downer.
Yeah, we don't want that. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. We get in our feels sometimes too. I mean, I know I'm sitting across from a robot, but
I am not a robot. You're a robot.
She has feelings too. It's great.
I am not a robot.
Yeah.
He thinks I'm a robot because of my memory.
Yeah.
It's not my fault I remember stuff. Do you know what is his fault? That he has the drink all the way on the other side of the desk where I can't get it.
Oh, you need a drink?
I do.
Okay.
Thank you. You're so nice.
I know. Drinky poo.
I won't tell anybody.
Oh, please don't.
Okay, so this next one is a medium length one.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question before I get into this story.
Okay. I like questions. I don't always like to answer questions.
How do you feel about rituals?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
No.
Nope. That's the devil's juice.
That's yeah, I'm gonna go with you on that one. Rituals are never good. No. Some of them started with good intentions.
Nope.
Maybe a little bit of desperation in there. Want to talk to somebody that's passed away, or just see what's on the other side out of curiosity.
You know that phrase, curiosity killed the cat?
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, there's more to that phrase. I don't know it.
Stupidity just got it stuck for a while?
Probably, I don't know. So rituals.
Rituals. Okay.
So there
I don't
are.
think I'm going to like this one, am I?
Oh, probably not.
Okay.
So there are hundreds of different rituals out there.
Okay.
Spanning from the classic Ouija board seance, going to campfires and doing dances and trying to summon some deity, or just messing around with the mirror.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Are you ready?
Bring it on.
All right. I performed the ritual of the mirror without reflection, and now I don't recognize myself. By Old Winter, 3950. Reddit user. I thought it was just an old superstition, but the moment I looked into the mirror, something in me stopped being mine. I don't know anymore. If it's me writing this, maybe it's him. Maybe I've already been replaced and just haven't realized it yet. But if it's still me, someone needs to know what happened when you attempt the ritual of the mirror without reflection. I discovered this ritual by accident. It wasn't on video or online. I found an old PDF in a dusty archive of manuscripts while researching apocryphal text. The document looked digitized from an ancient manuscript with yellow pages in Latin. The title was incomplete, but could be translated as "The One Who Watches Behind the Glass."
No.
In the footer, there were notes in English from someone who had clearly translated it. Maybe an exiled monk, maybe an obsessed scholar.
No.
It wasn't just superstition. The text described the ritual in detail, along with accounts of disappearances in the 17th century convents, always related to mirrors. One line stood out. You are not calling the reflection. You are calling the one who has always been behind it.
No.
You need a full-length mirror, a red candle, a glass of salt water, and a personal object that absorbed years of your life. Something that has accompanied you for a long time. It must be performed between 2:47 a.m. and 3:03 a.m. Not before, not after. If you miss the hour, do not try. I lit the candle in front of the mirror. I placed my childhood keychain on the floor. I stared into my own eyes for exactly 13 seconds and repeated 3 times, I am not who you think I am. At first, nothing happened. For a moment, I thought it was just another old superstition. Until my reflection blinked late.
No.
The smile came after. Slow.
Nope.
Forced.
Break it.
As if it were learning how to smile. My stomach turned. That was when it pressed its face against the glass, nose touching the surface. I didn't feel anything, but I saw the surface tremble slightly, like water. Following the instructions, I spilled the salt water on the floor and asked firmly, What do you want from me? It didn't open its mouth, but the answer exploded inside my head like a chorus of hoarse voices. Exchange.
No.
The images that came after weren't mine. They weren't memories. They were promises. I saw myself rich, loved, powerful. I saw illnesses vanish. I saw the dead return to life. I saw myself hugging people who no longer existed. The reflection showed a perfect life. I just had to accept. But I knew the rule. Never accept anything from the reflection. So, I refused. The candle went out on its own. I ran, covered the mirror with a black sheet, and left it like that for 7 days. I thought it was over. I was wrong. The first night, I dreamed an infinite room of mirrors. Each reflection was me, but all were different. Some were dead, with hollow eyes. Others were monstrous, with stitched mouths or extra arms. Others smiled at impossible angles. They all stared at me at the same time, and I understood that none of them were just reflections. They were versions of me that shouldn't exist. After the dreams came the signs. My friends said I was acting strange. Paler. Quieter. My voice sounded different. Rougher. I began to notice that sometimes my reflection lagged a few seconds, as if thinking before copying me. Other times, it disappeared completely in dark glass or turned off screens, leaving only emptiness. One morning, I woke up and found my keychain inside the mirror. It was there, on the other side, as if pushed in. I touched the glass and felt the cold metal, but couldn't pull it back. Worse, in the reflection, the keychain was dripping blood, drop by drop, disappearing as it fell. My dog no longer enters the room where the mirror is. He stops at the door, growls, and runs. One night, I heard footsteps inside the room, but when I opened the door, there was nothing. The red candle that I had used was lit again, on its own.
Nope.
Yesterday was worse. I was brushing my teeth, and for a second, my reflection didn't follow me. It stood still, staring at me. When I blinked, it didn't. When I smiled, it smiled back, but with too many teeth.
I'm out.
The ritual of the mirror without reflection doesn't bring luck, wealth, or anything. It only opens the door, and the one on the other side isn't you.
No, it's not.
It isn't human.
Nope.
It's a thing that wears your skin like old clothes. Now, I don't know if I'm still me. Sometimes I feel that thoughts aren't mine. Sometimes I see different hands when I look at mine. And sometimes, when I pass any reflective surface, I feel that I'm trapped on the other side, banging on the glass without anyone hearing. If you attempt this ritual, do not only worry about refusing its offer. Worry about making sure that when you leave the room, it's really you who stayed on this side of the mirror. The end.
Absolutely 100% freaking no.
Whew. Ugh. That one, ugh. I did not enjoy reading that story because for the next 2 days, I avoided my reflection as much as I could.
You're interesting.
How so?
Because that's not real.
Okay, sure. Sure. We don't know.
Moron.
Yeah,
I feel like this dude's name is Todd.
Todd.
Yeah. Seems like a Todd thing to do.
Okay, so we're giving names. All right. Okay. So that was scary.
Todd's an idiot. Listen, I don't believe in any of this crap anyway, but clearly Todd did. And this dumbass thought it was a good idea to be messing with crap he believes in and just thinks that you're doing a ritual and that's going to work out in your favor. You're an idiot. You literally say, I'm not who I ever think I am. What did you think was going to happen? Somebody was going to show up with a bouquet of roses and a box of chocolates? This ain't Valentine's Day. Sit down. Shut up. My word. No. No. Is this supposed to be a true story?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Who knows?
Well, what was the name of the person who you got the story from?
His name, Old Winter 3950. I think the general rule of thumb is to know what exactly your ritual is going about. And
how about you just don't do it?
Yeah, let's not do that. But if you do, asterisks. If you do, know what you're working with. Know what you're trying to do. Because he even says that it came with warnings about missing people from the 17th century. That was a big red flag for me. It says it wasn't just the text described the ritual in detail, along with accounts of disappearances in the 17th century, always related to mirrors. And you're about to do a mirror ritual. Yeah, that was not a smart thing. Definitely a lot of red flags, and bypassed them all. So I don't know. You kind of get what you get on that one. So what do we call this guy, Todd?
Mm-hmm.
All right, listen, everybody. Please do not be a Todd. Definitely research into whatever ritual you're going to.
How about you just don't do rituals? There.
Okay, all right. So if you were to do a ritual, let us research it, and if it says, "Hey, people that tried this ritual before mysteriously vanished," can we just all agree to not do it?
How about just not do any at all?
Problem
solved.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Problem solved.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Just saying. Listen, I get it. Even with people that don't believe in the paranormal or the supernatural, you got to agree. There was way too many red flags in this story.
Yeah, but you're also a moron.
The actions definitely questionable.
Yeah. Like, if that's a true story, that dude's probably dead.
Dude's probably dead.
If that's not a true story, the person who wrote that story has a very, very, very creative imagination and was very well done.
Oh, that was very well done, because that elicited. I edited some parts out of this, but that elicited some very, very real responses from you, and some choice words were said. Some real emotions there.
Mm-hmm.
Definite anger.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely give props to the writer on that one. So any thoughts on rituals? before we continue on with this.
They're stupid. Don't do them.
They're all rituals are stupid.
Yep.
Why?
This dude's about to be taken over by a crazy man in a mirror.
Okay.
Tell me where that's a good idea. That's like going into the bathroom, turning off the lights, going in circles saying Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
Okay. First of all, don't do that here.
I've already done that.
Yeah, don't.
And you want to know what? Nothing happened.
Sure.
That's like when you say Beetlejuice.
Don't you start that.
Beetlejuice.
Don't you start it.
Beetlejuice.
You are messing with things that you do not fully comprehend. You better stop it.
Beetlejuice.
You stop it, woman.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. And then he's going to like super really quickly away from the mic, repeat it 3 times again to make him go away.
Mm-hmm.
Beetlejuice isn't real. But you want to know what is creepy?
Mm-hmm. What?
I have a little Beetlejuice doll that sits over on my side of the bed on the floor with some of my stuffed animals from when I was a kid.
Yes, you do.
So there's been a couple times where you're asleep and I'm watching probably the Great British Baking Show. Let's be real here. And all of a sudden I'll look over and all I see is the eyes of Beetlejuice.
Oh,
just
that's creepy.
Staring at me. And it's happened sometimes when I'm about to fall asleep.
And
I'm like, okay, it's just Beetlejuice. We're fine.
Right, you're not having flashbacks of the story last week? With the glowing green eyes?
No, thankfully no.
No, okay. That was a good story.
See, I think a lot of this helps it because I don't believe in it. I don't really have nightmares or anything about it because I don't believe in any of it. So it doesn't bother me to walk past a mirror. It doesn't bother me to see a doll. So, like, none of those things, it doesn't stay with me because I don't believe in it.
Okay.
So I can sleep peacefully at night.
I feel you, dog.
Without the crystals.
Without the crystals?
Without the crystals.
All right, what happens if I get you some crystals?
They're going to go away from my side of the bed. I don't need all that.
You don't need the crystals?
No.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get you some holy water spray. You can start cleansing the area.
I'm good.
Get you some crystals.
Nope.
I'm gonna start flying in my sleep, just levitating off the bed.
You think that'll help you stop snoring?
Maybe. This is what I mean. Go ahead. Send me some crystals, and we'll find out.
Okay.
Are you ready for the next one?
Oh, bring it on. You said this one was going to scare the bejeebies out of me.
I think this one is very well told, very well written.
Is this a true story, or is this just someone's? Did they say this one was a true story, allegedly, or was this just something that somebody wrote, or does it say?
Doesn't say.
Okay.
But most of this guy's page says that he tells true stories.
Okay.
So I don't know if he just means like he tells only true stories, but he tells true stories because he does have some videos on there that say 3 real stories, or 2 stories, or this one really happened, or stuff like that.
I do hope the people that you get these stories from, when they listen to them, they understand I am not trying to be an asshole. I just don't believe in it, and
you imagine like you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
So when you hear these stories, it's like you're watching a movie, and it's just like the lady that talks in the theater. It's like, oh no, don't go in there, don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always imagine that woman's name is like Marlene.
Marlene?
Yeah.
My name is not Marlene.
No, it's not.
No,
but
definitely not.
I think it's funny. Okay.
So I hope they know I'm not trying to be an ass, and I'm not trying to be mean to you. That's not my goal. My goal is not for you to hate me.
We're here to enjoy the spooks, and for me to slowly but surely chip away at that disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Bring it on.
Is there a reason why you're doing like a Jaws theme?
To see if you'd catch it.
Yeah, I caught it. All right. Love it. Yeah. This story is by YouTube channel, Freaky Sinister.
Ah.
The same one that did the doll last week. So we're ending with one of his stories last week. We're ending one of his stories this week.
All right. He's a good storyteller.
It is. Okay, here we go. This one is called There is a Demon in the Backyard of My Alabama Home.
Move. Move right now. Before we even get started, you need to move.
We'll see. It all began on an ordinary evening. The kind of evening where the world feels heavy with silence. The air was still. The sky painted in dying orange and crimson as the sun disappeared beyond the horizon. My house stood at the edge of a quiet neighborhood, and behind it stretched a backyard that led into a line of trees. For as long as I had lived there, I had thought of that backyard as nothing more than just a patch of grass and soil. But over time, it became clear that something else had lived there. Something else that was waiting for me. At first, it was little things. The motion sensor light would flick on, even though nothing was moving outside. My dog Milo would whimper and scratch at the back door at odd hours of the night, staring into the darkness with wide, frightened eyes. And sometimes I would hear faint tapping on the window while I sat alone in the living room. But when I went outside to check, there was no one. Just silence. I told myself that it was just my imagination, that my mind was inventing shapes and noises. After all, I had been under a lot of stress. I was juggling work, late-night assignments, and an exhausting routine. But deep inside, I knew it wasn't stress. It was something else. Something watching. The first night. It was around midnight when I first saw it. I had gone into the kitchen to grab a glass of water, and as I stood by the sink, I glanced outside through the window that overlooked the backyard. At first, I thought it was just a shadow of the trees moving and swaying naturally. But then, the shadow shifted against the direction of the wind. Something was standing at the edge of my yard. It wasn't human. At least, not completely. Its body was tall, hunched with elongated limbs that stretched down to its knees. Its skin seemed darker than everything around it, like the shadows themselves had formed into its flesh. What struck me most was its eyes, two faint glowing embers staring directly at me through the window.
Nope.
The glass slipped from my hand and shattered into the sink. Then I looked again. It was gone.
Yeah.
I barely slept that night. Every creak of the house, every brush of the wind against the walls felt like it was announcing the creature's presence. Signs in the backyard. The next morning, I convinced myself that it was just exhaustion playing tricks. But when I stepped outside into the backyard, my heart sank. Right in the center of the lawn, the grass was burnt in a perfect circle, as if someone had placed a fire there. Except there had been no fire. The soil inside the circle was black, cracked, and still warm to the touch. That night, I heard scratching. Long, deliberate scratches against the back door. Milo barked furiously, his body pressed low against the ground, tail tucked between his legs. I didn't have the courage to open the door, but when I finally gathered the nerve to peek through the curtain, I saw marks on the wooden frame. Deep gouges, as if made by claws. The next morning, there were footprints in the dirt. Not animal footprints or human ones either. They were elongated, with sharp pointed toes that dug deep into the ground that led from the tree line straight to my door and then vanished. The dreams. Soon, the creature began invading my dreams. I dreamt of standing in the backyard under a blood-red sky. The trees swayed violently, though there was no wind. In the center of a burnt circle, the creature, waiting for me. Its face was clear in the dream, pale, stretched with skin clinging tightly to its skull. It smiled at me, and its teeth were jagged, broken, yet sharper than any blade. "It belongs to me," it whispered. I'd wake up drenched in sweat, with my throat dry, hands trembling. The worst part was that the dream felt more like memories, as if what I experienced there wasn't just inside my mind, and the line between dreams and reality began to blur. Sometimes I would wake up with soil on my feet. Once I woke up standing by the back door, my hand resting on the handle, as if I had been sleepwalking, ready to step outside. The neighbor's warning. One evening, my elderly neighbor, Mrs. Thompson, called me over. She had lived in the neighborhood for decades and rarely spoke to anyone. "You've heard it, haven't you?" she asked suddenly with her voice trembling. "What do you mean?" "That thing in the backyard." The air seemed to vanish from my lungs. "You know about it?" She nodded slowly. "It's been there long before these houses were built. My husband saw it once. He used to say that the land was cursed. He didn't last long after that." Her eyes grew moist. "It doesn't just watch. It waits. And once it's chosen someone, it doesn't stop." Her words stayed with me that night. I locked every door, every window. I left the lights on, but around 3 a.m., the power cut out. And then I heard breathing outside my bedroom window. Escalation. Over the following days, things spiraled. Objects in my house moved on their own. My photographs fell off the wall. My reflection in the mirror sometimes lagged behind, sometimes smiling when I wasn't. At night, whispers filled my ears. Voices I didn't recognize, chanting in a language that made my bones ache. One evening, I recorded the backyard with my phone, leaving it on the windowsill overnight. The next morning, I played the video. At first, there was nothing but darkness, silence. Then, at 2:47 a.m., the camera captured movement. The creature emerged from the tree lines, crawling on all fours, its limbs bending the wrong way.
No.
It moved with a speed that didn't seem natural. It stopped in the center of the burnt circle, looking directly at me through the camera, and grinned. My phone died instantly after that frame. The final night. I don't know why I stayed as long as I did. Maybe I thought I could fight it. Maybe I was too afraid to leave, thinking that it would follow me where I went. That night, the whispers grew louder. The scratching at the door turned into pounding. Milo barked until suddenly went silent. So silent it made my blood run cold. When I opened the back door, he was gone. All that remained was streaks of blood leading into the trees. And then I heard it. My name, whispered softly, almost lovingly. I turned, and there it was, standing in the burnt circle, taller than ever, its eyes blazing with hunger, its arms stretched out, beckoning. The ground beneath my feet trembled. The air grew thick, suffocating. I tried to run, but the backyard seemed endless, stretching further and further, the trees closing in. The whispers grew into screams, the voices crying, laughing, cursing. My vision blurred, my legs gave out. The last thing I saw was his face inches from mine, its teeth glistening in the dark. Epilogue. I don't remember much after that. The police report said they found me unconscious in my backyard at dawn, laying inside the burnt circle. Milo was never found. My neighbors avoid me now, whispering about the screams they heard. But I know the truth. The demon isn't gone. It's still there, watching, waiting. And every night I hear it scratching, whispering my name, reminding me that my backyard is no longer belongs to me. It belongs to him. The end. Whew. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oofies, oofies, oofies.
You had me right up until the dog.
I know.
Should have left that part out.
I can't leave parts out of stories that they write. I know. I know that. I know the dogs.
Yeah, well.
That hits you.
Okay. Let's go off the premise that this is not an allegedly true story.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to say this came from somebody's mind.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. We're going to say that somebody wrote it.
Yes. So, person who wrote it, excellent story writer. Excellent. Now, we're going to pretend this is a movie.
Okay.
At this moment, or a story that I'm reading. Okay?
Yeah.
At this moment, I hope they die. How dare you let something happen to your animal?
Oh, that hurt. That hurt a lot.
Go to the ends of the earth for my dog.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. What kind of horrible human being are you that your dog is barking and you know that there's some sort of creepy fireman in your backyard and yet you aren't watching your dog?
Right?
You're an idiot.
Bad animal owner.
Yeah.
Bad.
I hope your
dog...
No,
the dog would be sleeping in my bed with me.
Our dog is currently sitting in between us underneath my blankets because she's cold. Okay? I call the dog up with me every morning after you leave, and we cuddle until it's time to get up.
Yes. And then whenever you leave, me and her cuddle as well.
Yeah. So, no. You deserve whatever's coming to you. Because you let something happen to the dog.
Yes. What was this? She didn't have a name. Another story with no name.
I didn't know if it was a male or female.
Oh, you know what? Oh, that's something.
Honestly, both genders would screw it up. They would just, both of them could have potentially harmed an animal.
You know, yes. you know, I don't know why, but I was kind of looking at this as if the person that this was happening to was a female, but it could have easily happened to a guy as well.
I guess probably because they turned on all the lights, they locked all the doors. It is easier to picture a female, a woman being more scared of this stuff than a male.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
I mean,
let's
be real.
Yeah, there are some guys out there that they will do all that as well. That was mine.
Yeah.
So I mean, either one. I'm gonna lean towards female on this one. Because the recording of it is a female saying it.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I was leaning towards female. But you just hearing it, not knowing that context, it could have been either one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense to me. Yeah, bad animal owner.
Yeah.
Definitely, because if something was haunting me, oh hell no, the animal's staying in my room with me.
I mean, at least with the other story, the dog isn't going into the room with the mirror anymore. Like the dog's going, no, I'm gonna go away.
And that's definitely something. Is animals they've always stated that animals have a keener sense to the paranormal.
Well, Cam Jr. over here.
Cam making an appearance again.
Yeah, but at least Cam was the only one who died.
Yes, that is true. This lady didn't die. This person didn't die.
Well, whoever it was deserves it. How dare you let something happen to the animal? How dare you? No. Absolutely not.
I agree. We have two pets, one dog. Mm-hmm. She's a little white pit bull.
She's a baby.
And she baby. And then we have a bearded dragon.
Who you are trying to teach to breathe fire.
I am teaching him to breathe fire. Mm-hmm. And both of these animals I will go to the ends of the earth for.
Do you remember the episode of Supernatural?
The one with the dog?
No. The one where it's a later season one when the writers kind of let Jared and Jensen mess with the script a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Sam says to Dean, what would happen if somebody took baby?
Oh, yeah.
And then
he's just one-track mind. He's like,
death. Like murder, lots of blood. Like whatever he says was not in the script.
No,
like,
no.
That was not the script at all.
He was just dead stare at Sam, and he's like, I would murder them all. And then he keeps talking about what's going on, and then he's like, I would torture them too. He's still focused on that.
And that was not, it was not in the script. And so, to Jared Padalecki's credit, he just kept rolling with it. It was like, all right, well, I kind of, okay. And then proceeded on with the scene.
Which made a great scene.
It did.
I absolutely love it. There are so many movies out there where the actor went off cue and he ad-libs. Those scenes are actually have been like the highlight of the movie.
Yeah. But see, that's how I feel about my animal.
Of course, yes. Right here, right with you.
So, the fact that this person, they just never found Milo.
It haunts me.
How would you just not hurt animals? Let's just, and that's not to judge the writer of this, because it's a sadness in anything, because people have movies about it, there's books, all the things.
Oh yeah.
I hate stories like that, because my dog is my child, and I love my dog.
Yes.
And people, you don't get upset when people die in movies. You get more upset when animals do. Yeah, because people can defend themselves.
Yes.
If they have opposable thumbs, they can pick up a gun, they can pick up a bat. A dog can't do that. A cat can't do that. Now, aside from the poor dog, Milo, wherever you are, we love you.
Uh-huh. Now, I will say this. Even amongst horror fanatics, animal cruelty, like animal death, they typically do it off camera.
Yeah.
And do a little yelp, and then that's it.
Hate that still. Except for in Fear.
It's yeah. Oh,
Fear
yeah.
is hard.
That was a hard movie to watch.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, here's a little ray of hope. Okay, so, what's his name? Not Michael Caine.
Mike Wazowski.
No. No, his name, Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder. Very famous in the horror movie world. He played Jason Voorhees, and he played Leatherface for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, there was a scene in Texas Chainsaw Massacre where the writers wrote that he comes out of the house and he kicks a dog.
Absolutely not.
And Hodder said, no, and I'm not doing that. And the writer's like, you have to do it. He's a bad guy. He goes, no. He is a bad guy. He is not evil.
Yeah, you have to be evil to hurt an animal.
Yes, 100% agree.
I don't know who that dude is, but respect.
Yeah, 100% respect. And
I'm not watching any of your movies, but respect.
You've seen them. Friday the 13th.
Which one is that?
Jason.
That's the one where they're at camp?
Yes.
Okay. Listen, you gotta preface this stuff, because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember where he comes in, but anywho.
He wasn't in that one, was he?
No, that was too long ago.
No, that was wasn't that the one where his mama was doing it?
Yeah, no. The first one, he was not. Spoiler alert for this 50-year-old movie now.
Listen,
he did not. His mom, he was not in the first movie.
Okay.
He didn't pop up until the second movie.
Okay.
So anyhow.
But anyway, so if we take the dog part out of that story.
What did you think of the story?
It was very spooky. It was, because I think if I saw glowing, I'm really glad our window is a gliding window.
Huh?
And it's halfway up the wall.
Yes.
So we don't have that problem. And our bed is underneath it, so I never have to look out it. And I have a curtain over it that's dark enough that I can't see out anyway.
Okay, so you're just letting everybody know that we won't see them coming. Got it. Thank you.
You can't get through there anyway.
We have cameras.
We do have cameras.
Okay.
And a dog.
And a dog.
Don't touch the dog, or no one will know where the body is.
There you go.
Anyway, I thought it was very spooky, but I think if I saw red glowing eyes out of my window, and I even had a hint, because we're presuming this was a demon standing out there, why didn't you call a priest?
Yeah.
Where's the holy water?
Where's anything?
Where's the sage?
The first night, I get.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know.
You
And
think
then
maybe you've gotten, you're tired. That's okay, logical. All right, I get that.
you can ride off tapping around the house. You just hear the tapping. That was the first thing.
Yeah, because that could have been a tree.
Could have been anything.
Anything, yeah.
Anything. And then you ride off, seeing the thing go against the wind, and you see the shadow, and that's whenever you see it first. You can write that off. You're just tired, and she does. But after that, that's on you, girl.
When you've got a circle in your backyard that's burned, that wasn't there the day before, okay, she did put cameras out there, right?
She recorded it with her phone. She has a motion sensor light.
Okay, well,
no
she
cameras.
should have put cameras out there. Now, granted, we don't know if this is like current, previous, like it didn't really give us a...
That's fair.
But we're going to presume it's during our current level of technology. Get cameras.
Oh, yeah.
Like everywhere.
Yep. We're gonna get the cameras. We're going to call the priest. We're going to cleanse the house and the yard. And you know what? We're gonna go ahead and get the land surveyed as far back as we can, and we're gonna just sprinkle some holy water all on the floor.
Yeah, but it's interesting that it never came in the house.
That is interesting.
So it only cared about the backyard.
Yes.
So it almost seems like it couldn't enter the house, but that it could stay on the land. So I wonder what would happen if the house wasn't there. Ooh. Would it be, for example, if we didn't have our house here and it was in that same situation, would this creature be able to stand where our living room was before the house was torn down?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because this also fascinates me, like a vampire. They can't come inside the home until they've been invited.
Now, that being said, she would wake up with dirt on her feet.
Yeah, so she's going outside.
And she woke up mid walking out to the backyard.
So
either way, creepy as hell.
Yeah, so I wonder, because I guess you have those alleged things that can get inside your brain while you're sleeping and sleepwalk. Unless she was a sleepwalker in general. In which case, maybe her subconscious was like, let's go check this out because I'm really curious as to what this is. Whereas her conscious brain is going, we're going to stay our butt in this house and we're not going out there because no. So but to stay there for as long as you did, even after hearing, now the neighbor, that was weird because she says that
the neighbor gave a clear warning.
Yeah, and the neighbor's like, well, yeah, my husband saw it and then he didn't last much longer. But you have to wonder, you said this was an elderly neighbor. How long ago did the husband die? Yes,
so I take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, you have that one is
that one is a warning, but it is a one that you can shoo off.
Yeah, because you don't necessarily know the whole storyline, and that's when at that point, if you're smart, which clearly Cam Jr. isn't,
we're just gonna call her Cam.
Yeah,
this is Cam reincarnated into a different story.
Yeah. So
hi, Cam.
When you hear that story from your neighbor, why are you not doing research at this point to figure out what is happening with your house? What's happening on the land? Because you hear stories for people whose homes were built on Indian burial grounds.
Yeah.
And you hear those alleged tales of spookiness and hauntings and all that stuff. So why would you not look into that? If you believe it's a demon, why are you not doing some research? Why are you not calling a priest? Why are you not trying to do anything to protect
help you?
Anything? Like you're not even doing the bare minimum because your bare minimum would have required you to protect your animal and you didn't do that either. So
we're going salt around the house.
Yeah.
We're going holy water. We're going sage. We're going priest. We're going crystals. Just any rock you find that's shiny, put it somewhere in your house.
I think a demon would laugh at crystals, to be honest with you.
I don't know. Like that's where it draws the line.
Yeah, it draws the line at crystals.
Just oh no, you got the priest. Oh no, you got the holy. Does this dude have crystals?
Yeah, he's just gonna. That's when he can come in the house.
A demon saying, "What the hell?"
What the home?
All right, moving on.
I'm here all week, folks.
Okay, and you killed it.
I know, that's my plan. So you made lots of poor choices there, ma'am.
There's a lot of poor choices going on. There was poor choices in the second story. There was poor choices going on in the third story. This episode is just called Poor Choices.
So Miss Mariah is the only one who was smart.
There you go.
She got the hell out of Dodge.
Yep.
She said, I'm out. Love y'all, but no, I can't. I'm out. She's the only smart one so far.
Get it, girl.
All right, be more like Miss Mariah.
Mariah is our shining example here.
Yep. She said, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge.
And you know what? Get it, girl. Love it.
Bye, Felicia. That's what she said. I'm out. Peace.
You know, bye, Felicia. You know, the horrible thing about the bye, Felicia, it took me, no joke, about 5 years to find out where that was from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't know where it was from for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
And I've still never seen that movie.
Still never seen Friday.
Nope.
Horrible.
I know.
Like, I knew the quote. It's just, for some reason, it just never clicked. Like, oh, y'all are saying that from Friday? Y'all been quoting Friday for the past 3 years? And I told my sister that, and she's like, yeah. It's like, what the hell? Where have I been?
What the home?
What the home?
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So, all of the stories were awesome. Very well written.
Very well.
Very good. These characters are not, these people, characters, were unless it is said that it is a true story, I am going to base it off of it being fiction.
Okay.
So when you're getting fiction, please know I am honest.
Okay.
To a fault. Much to the annoyance of my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not trying to judge or be mean to the writers because it is still an excellent story. Because
if you're this adamant about it,
you wrote a good story.
Then you wrote a good story.
I was in it. I was involved. I was invested.
Yep.
Like, this would be the kind of story. There was a book that I read a long time ago when I was a teenager. And I read...
Twilight?
No, Vampire Academy.
Oh my goodness, I was so close.
You were. And I get done with the third book, and I got so mad at that book, I put it in the freezer.
The old Joey Tribbiani.
I didn't even know that. I had not seen Friends at that time.
Oh my goodness.
So
I love that.
And then one of the characters' names from that book, I could not say. I didn't want to hear it. So I put, I think it was the third one I put in the freezer. It was either the third one or the fourth one. But the bad stuff happened in the third one. And then the fourth one I was mad. So it was so good. I got so emotionally invested that I had some choice words to say.
Okay.
And so you've gotten me invested enough that
that is something that I am truly enjoying, is that we're sitting here, we're looking at each other, I'm reading these stories, and you, even though you don't believe, you're giving it the appreciation that these stories deserve.
Yeah, because I mean, somebody took the time to write this down, to put their thought and effort and you know, maybe, I don't know, love, maybe, if you want to, but they put their creativity.
There's a lot of love in horror stories.
They put their creativity into it, and I don't want to take that from them because that's epic. I'm not writing a horror story. That's not happening.
No, there's not a writing bone in my body.
I mean, I can write, but I can't write horror. Absolutely not. And the fact
I can somewhat read.
But I mean, I don't want anybody to, to tell you when you're talking to them about using their stories and them going, no, because your wife's a bitch. I am not judging your writing. You've gotten me so invested that the character, I expected more from them. Like, you wrote them so well that I feel like they should be real.
Right?
And so
these stories, whenever I read them, there's times where I'm at work and I'm on break and I'm looking at that, and then there's people that they'll hear me go, "What the? Come on!" And I'll say it out loud. I'm like, "I'm sorry, guys, just reading," and I'm just kind of by myself, and I'm just sitting next to you, and I'm reading, and I'm going story after story after story after story. And then I read one, I'm like, oh, okay, hey, I'm going to get you. Like I look over at her
Yeah.
like I'm gonna get you. This is it.
Yeah. So just know, it's like a compliment when
Yeah.
I'm saying that your
Of course.
character is a dodo brain.
Yeah.
Because you wrote them so well, I feel like they should have.
It's like people getting mad at actors for the things that like the characters that they portray,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "You got to remember, I'm just pretending."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So please don't take offense.
Please do not.
Yeah.
We love the stories. We talk about them even off when we get off the mic. Talk about how we feel about the stories. Without an audience. I say that with air quotes.
Yeah, more things will come to our mind as we're.
And we keep talking. I mean, these stories. There's some that we're stum. There's some that we still talk about. Like I think like episode 3 or 4. We still talk about some of those stories a few weeks back, and
definitely.
And it continues to happen like that. But we're running a little bit long, so I'm gonna go ahead and hey, Kaylin.
Hi, Adrian.
Hi. I got a question for you.
Okay.
Do you believe?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, I felt like I was getting you with this one.
I told you had me right up until the dog.
Yeah. Dang. Okay, all right. Great writing, everybody. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a little pat on the back.
Good job.
I felt like I delivered that one a little bit better than the normal.
Okay.
So
maybe you'll get me next time.
Maybe. All right. There's still hope, and I am ever the optimistic. So we will see you next week for episode 10.
Woohoo! And the surprise.
And the surprise. Okay. All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.